All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Welcome to the live art stream. Just give me a second here, guys, so that we can finish pulling up our commentary here. Let's get this out the way. We don't need it. Okay. And so, what I want to kind of start practicing with is I want to start. I want to start with just drawing some body shapes. This is just what I feel like doing this morning, right? I want to learn how to see shapes within drawing. I think sometimes we just don't take enough time drawing these particular shapes, trying to learn how they go together and what we can build with them. And so a lot of the times our anatomy struggles or the likeness to that face struggles. You find yourself throwing books across the room, right? you know, wow, that's an interesting thing. So this really is not as much space as I was giving it. So this is like a huge one. And then it's huge. Oh, I like the way he did that. So he kind of went over the top like this, and then he went around like that, and then he came around like this. I don't like using that. I rather. I know this is a regular like the anatomy way of drawing it. I guess I could do it like that. All right. But again, learning how to how to how to uh, how to see these shapes in real time. It's really a thing. I've been really practicing my bodies a lot lately. I like to do things in a simplified version, so I like to use this method here. This is kind of like a line of energy method where I look wherever the head goes, the body will follow. So generally, this is going to be like my torso. Well, this my torso will be here, which now I can see. Now I could probably I probably can make that a little bit bigger than what I was. So see, like this is the heart on the back. This is like looking at the body from the back, and then you have your here you would have two circles here. This would be like where the butt comes from, like right here, depending on how you can make it bigger or smaller or whatever. Right, then you got your arms here. So I'm just practicing, excuse me, stick figures so that I can warm up. I need another pencil. This pencil right here is not putting out. Oh, here, this is a better pencil here. So how you guys doing this morning? How's everybody doing this morning? I hope that everything is going well for you, right? yeah. I hope that everything is going well for you. And right now, I'm just again practicing some basic cartooning of the body. So I like to look for three different points in the body for simple bodies. Okay, so maybe it's a square head. I like to look for my rib cage, whatever that the rib cage may be here, and then I like to look for my third shape, which is generally going to be my hip shape. Okay, and then I like to look actually as four. So one, two, three, four. And what I like to call these parts in the body are kind of I call them energy changers because they change energy once things go into. For instance, let's say once that usually like they'll teach you in let's say boxing or martial arts that the energy of your body when you move up, the energy comes from your feet. So what I like to do to make the body easier is I like to almost figure out not where the energy is leaving to, like this, right? Because you can make it where it leaves the energy changes. So how many energy changes do you have? You have you have this one here, which is our torso, right? Then you have one here, which is your which is your hip joint. So you got your torso and then your hips for your character. So these are the two big main changers. And so energy can flow from them, or if I go over here, actually I'm going to use, I guess I could use the pencil here, or I could make I could just make another one here. This is one, and this is two. Or I can make the energy flow to it, right, from where I'm going. You get what I'm saying? So let's say this is the hand, right? And where's the hand going to? So I want to look at, like, if I wanted to hit somebody, boom, like on that spot, right? I look at it like kind of like boxing, right? Okay. Oh yeah, for sure. Art by Coco. I'll do that for you. Let me write that down on my cue card here. I got a little. Let me see. So you said legs, and who is this? Coco. Well. Art by Coco. Okay, I'll get with you on that in just a sec here. We'll do something on legs. Okay. Thank you for coming out today, Art by Coco. Just stay tuned and we'll get to that in a little bit. All right. So, what's happening here is, again, we're looking at these two energy changers, and we're learning how to see energy flow through the body, so that you can make successful cartoon themes. Okay. So here again, there are two ways to approach it. Obviously, you can see there are two energy changer boxes, which I like to think of as the torso and the torso and your hip bones. Okay, these are the two primary places where energy is dispersed. Okay, and then the energy from there is dispersed through your limbs. So once it goes here, it goes here, or once it goes to this, it goes to your legs. Okay, so this one, if you, I like to figure out where the target is. So if this is the target, my feet, right? If this is the target, my feet, you can see that energy is coming from here, right? Flowing back into the box. I'm putting energy there. This one here is another foot. You see how I'm using the foot, and the foot is showing me the energy. My if I go here, you can see my hand is showing me the energy, right? Now here you can see this would be another hand, right? So let's say it's like this. Okay, so you got another hand here. So all of it is about you going to the object versus leaving it. Kind of almost like hindsight is 2020. So this way you're almost working backwards. So I'm going to turn this paper over real quick. Okay. Actually, let me grab a new sheet here. And you know what? I'm going to get I got a new drawing pad here. I just bought this one. So I'm going to have this on page one. Drawing bodies. And then we're going to put, I need where's my, oh, here it is here. Hold on a sec, guys. Let me sharpen my pencil up here. When you wish upon a star, who do you think you are? Okay, so right. So here again, we're drawing bodies, okay? And we're talking about, we're going to label this energy changers. Okay, what are energy changers? They're the two uh, parts of the body that transfer energy to our limbs. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of show you how that works. Okay, again, we have our head of our, this is our body, or this is, say, this is our torso, and we're just going to make it whatever shape. Okay, so let's make the torso this shape here. This is going to be labeled box number 1. And then you have your midsection going to your hip section, which is the second energy changer. Okay, this one this one transfers to this one, and it works in exact order. This one transfers to this one, right? Very rarely will you see that go backward. You know what I mean? You can, but you rare most of the time. When you bring in energy up, you're bringing energy from your feet up to the hands and up to the torso. You know what I'm saying? So all your energy is going to be flowing that way, and it usually goes right here up to your head. Okay. So what's happening is the energy is transferring. It's transferring out from here, here, and here. Okay? And when the energy transfers out, it goes to your arm. So you'll have your hand this way going, let's say going here. Let's say your hand is here, and your hand is here, and your foot is here, and your foot is here. Okay? So this is where that energy is dissipating to. Okay? And this is how the basis of stick figures. Okay? So when the energy comes out, one of the things I found is that energy from the body tends to leave, or it's easier to track in circles. Okay? He's like, what are you talking about? Right? So if I drew a circle here and I put 4 points on it, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, this one would represent my shoulder. Okay, this one would represent my elbow. This would represent my fist. This would also represent my other elbow. Does that make sense? Okay, so when I'm drawing something, let's go to let's move it over here. So that when I'm drawing something, what's happening is that, and I'm going to go to the next page, we'll just put continued here. Okay. And then we're going to go over here to this page, the back of this page, because I'm going to use all of this. All right. So what that means is that when I draw my body or my energy changers, keep it simple, when the energy leaves, it tends to leave like this. Okay? You see how it almost curves into a circle, or you see, this is remember the elbow, the shoulder, the fist. You get what I'm saying? The head. Okay. Same thing here is the circle. This is the, right? Then and then the foot. Okay, so what's going on? What's going on? How you doing today, Papilio? How are you? Don't forget, guys, to share the live. And if you're enjoying the stream, tips are awesome. You guys can tip at $ Rouser World. You can also check out our Patreon page. Our Patreon page is where we do behind the scenes content, and I address a lot of the issues that we're talking about here today in depth, so you get to have access to that. And finally, you can take classes with me, guys, on one-on-one, right? Rouser. Right now, we have a rouserworld.com/classes. We have a class bundle going on. So if you get in right now, you can get a 3-class bundle. All of that's going to be explained to you on the site, but the 3 classes are 105 instead of them being the normal $45 per class that you would pay. So if you guys want to take a class with me, a live class on Zoom, you can check that out here, okay? All right, let's get back to it. All right, so this is, again, we're going to go through this a couple of more times just so you guys can get a firm grasp of what's going on here. Okay? All right. Hey, Jeremiah, how are you? Okay, so now we're going to go again and we're going to do our energy changer box. And this energy changes, they can be the same. This one generally can change. This one I like to use is the same idea. So once I have once I have my torso, then I think of, okay, where is, if I'll kind of make a point in that body and make my spine come out of that point, and then it will go to this energy changer. This energy changer then converts the energy into a circular energy, okay, circular energy that does things. So here, let's say this is a circle, and this is a circle, right? You can see that now. You see how my character's down. He's pressed down, right? And maybe his head is up here. You know what I'm saying? But he's pressed down, and it looks like he's kind of going that way, right? That's where the energy is going from this energy changer, okay? So here we'll see that we have our knee, right? Because remember, we're on a circle. So if we're on an arc, all of the points are kind of equal distances from each other. Hey, Sudsy Window, how are you today? Okay, so here again, if the energy is leaving, where can we put this? Where could this energy go? It can go up. So let's say it's going up on an arc. Let's say I'm going up like this. I'm always trying to arc toward where I want to go. So here I know midpoint, right? I know the point next to my energy changer, and then I know that my hands go here. So my body is doing something else. You know what I'm saying? It's being able to move around. Okay. So we're doing a little bit of bodies. We're going to be getting into some. I believe someone Art by Coco asked about legs. So I'm going to be getting into that here shortly. But I just want to do this a couple of more times. I'm not really done with my soapbox yet. Okay. So let me see here. Now we're going to go to another one. Let's say we went, and this is so easy. So we can go, we can draw our top energy changer again, right? And let's say it's a female. We can make a wider energy changer here. This would be more like a Superman, right? Okay, you can do it like this, right? So it's just like, again, how does that energy move? Okay, what are we doing? So if the energy is now, where's the energy leaving from? I always pick a point to make my energy leave from. So watch, if my energy is going back behind this Superman sign, I go from point to point, right? From point to point. Look, from point to point, and then I add this little point right here. You see how it looks like my leg? Now, if you see my foot is back there, so it's like this. Now my other leg could be going like this. You see what I'm saying? Because now where is that going to? I'm wrapping around. I can see I can see this, and then I can see where my other foot would be at. You see, so I'm just wrapping around into this foot area down here. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so it gives your again your cartoon a little bit more energy there. Okay. All right, so let's just do this a couple more times, just real quick, just to disperse some energy. One, right? We can make this here one. We can do this, and then we can do. What if I wanna if I don't know, let me see. What am I doing here? Okay. Well, this is a longer guy, right? You get what I'm saying? This is a longer guy. Let's say I want his feet to go both this way. Okay. You don't have to get into dynamic poses yet, right? But you want to go from beginning to end and then find the middle on your arcing line. Okay. Remember, it's all about that circle and thinking about that circle and thinking about that. Remember, this is your shoulder, elbow, fist, shoulder, elbow, fist, right? So if this is it, we're going boom, think about orbiting the Earth. Think about these planets orbiting the Earth from this energy changer. You see the planets kind of orbiting the Earth. Look at the head shape. Look at the energy coming out of it. Right? You're going around the Earth like an orbit. You get what I'm saying? Or if it's going down, right? Maybe your energy is going down like this. Because maybe the guy's head is more in, maybe his head we're looking at a top view, so we can see the head first, then we can see the body, but now we see the guy almost bending down, right? And so we can see shoulder, elbow, hand, shoulder, elbows, hands. You get what I'm saying? Now the thing is that the feet, the legs, which we're going to get into right now, really kind of work in the same concept. A good way. Let's go ahead and put some legs here. A good way to draw legs. This is for beginners, right? Okay, is the same concept. Think of an energy changer. The bottom part, so you can work in, the best way to practice is to draw in, what's the word I'm looking for? Spots. Okay? Spot train. Spot train means you start with the bottom energy exchanger because this is where all the energy is coming from. Okay? So once you see this, remember this thing has points on it. Okay? These points are the points on the circle. Okay. So here we're going one, and I'm making, if this is where my circle is going to end, because remember at the end of the circle is going to be a limb or foot or hand. So we want to make sure that we kind of curve, because right here is where we want to land. Right here is where we want to land. That's your ankle. Okay. So from the ankle, we want to arc to the ankle, right? We want to arc to the ankle, point to point. Now watch, point to point. You understand what I'm saying? So now we have an easy way. Now these are easy legs, super easy legs. If the person's legs are a little bit thinner or whatever, you still can use the same concept, right? And we can make it thinner also. We can go from here, and I can go from here to my ankle, and then I can go from here to my ankle, right? This is the foot. Okay? So we go here, we kind of arcing, right? And we're arcing. And then we're arcing, and then we're arcing. You see what I'm saying? Out. So these might be longer and thinner legs. Okay? My character is seated, resting his hand on his knee. Okay, I get what you mean. So, resting his hand on his knee. So he kind of, which way is he facing? Which way is his orientation? Art by Coco, where's the orientation at? Because it really, when you think about that, you think about the body like this. This is a chair. Let's put a chair here. A chair, right? Okay. Or let's say this is the body. Okay. Front facing, and he has one leg on his chair, resting his hand. Front facing, he has one leg on the chair. Okay. So you're saying, are you saying he's like? Let me see. Oh wait. I'm trying to think. I'm doing this without looking at it. So I'm thinking you saying something like this. And then the chair is kind of like this. So if this is the leg, this is the foot, this is the leg, this is the foot, this is the leg, this is the hand on the leg, this is the energy changer. One and two, and then this is the head, and then we have a chair here. If I want to say something like that, almost like a, then you got your armrest here. Maybe something like that. Is this what you're talking about? I'm trying to get you there. Let me see if you can give me some feedback here. Okay, so look, just do like this. Then let me show you. Let me make it a little. Let me go here and make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so this is your upper body, right? This is the thing, and then it goes here. Okay, from to this shape right here is your secondary energy changer. I just changed it to a circle here because sitting down is easier to use a circle. Okay, now so what I'll do from there, okay, is I'll wrap. Remember we said that this is a circle, so you see I'm thinking of it as a circle going into a foot where let's just say he's tying his shoe right here. This is his front foot, and then this one is going to be his other foot coming around and going back. So it's kind of making a circle behind this one or underneath it, right? Before it goes to the floor. Get what I'm saying? And then you have your points here, and these are all circles. Circle, circle. Look. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think circle. Whatever's coming off of here is a circle. Or you can think like this and do equilateral shapes. If it's too hard for you to imagine the circle, do equal. Okay, so this is equal. This when you put this on here, this just means equal. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. Okay, so you want to go. So here we go again. Boom, right? And then practice doing this. Practice doing this with for your legs. Look. You see the foot? Look. You see my foot? I can do anything I want. So if I got this and I have this, right? Watch. Right? You see? This one is the same thing. It doesn't matter where I want to go. If I want to make his foot kick out here, I can do that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You get what I'm saying? My feet, my my foot can go anywhere. You know what I mean? So train your a good practice. Then, okay, let me put this here for legs. And this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna use. I'm gonna get this one right here. And something's missing here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me put this back here. Hold on, guys. Okay. Does that make sense? So when you do it, let me move this down some. Okay. So here we just practice this real quick. See that there? You see? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So this is what you call spot training because it teaches you how to do things without you having to draw the whole body. So if I'm over here and I want my guy to run, I pick a position. You get what I'm saying? I'm constantly changing this around to do different things. If they're sitting, it doesn't matter if he's sitting Indian style. It doesn't matter. You know what's going on here is one leg, right, in front of another leg. So if this is it, that means that the legs literally are crossing the situation here. So your legs are almost actually if you put a ball between your legs, right, and act like the ball is you going around the ball, well your leg naturally has to do like this because you're sitting here. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So this is how you have to think of it basically for you to be able to draw that. Okay? So we're just doing more legs. Okay? So let's just design so based off of this, we could design a character doing whatever we want. We can be like, okay, we got this character. So let's just say this is the top of the body. And let's say this is the energy changer, and this is the torso, okay, and this is my head, okay. Well, then from here? I'm just doing like this. You see, I'm using the body to tell me what to do. Okay, you see, just from practicing this. So learn how to change position easily from the circle. Okay? So this is kind of like, we'll just call it circle practice. This is actually pretty interesting. It's a little change from drawing, heads all the time, but we'll draw some heads too. But this is really just dealing more with the theme part of caricature. So if you want to be good at drawing themes, this is something that you want to practice. Let me see. How would imagine a man falling from a building in terms of shape? Okay, well that depends on how the building is. It depends on how am I looking at him. First thing you have to tell me is orientation. So if I'm looking at the guy from his back, and let's say this is the back of his head, right? Well, then I know I'm going to see the back of his feet, and then I'm going to see his hands, right? And then I'm going to see this little thing here, and I'm going to come around, like this, and I got the bottom of his feet here. Okay, I can see his hands, right here. Okay, so now the guy is falling right from the top of a building, but he's going down to the. You get what I'm saying? He's going down, but I'm looking at him from the back, right? So he kind of looks like this from the back. You know what I'm saying? He got his hand right, and he's just falling down from this building. And underneath him, if you looking down, you'll be like, I could see. Watch, watch. This is a truck from the top. These some trees from the top. This is the little highway. Maybe you can see a highway. So you can see here he's falling, right? But he's falling from the sky. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool, cool. All right, guys. So don't forget about our classes. If you guys want to take classes with us, you can take live classes with me. I do have them on Zoom. So you go to our website, check it out. Right there, we do have a summertime limited time offer bundle coming up, guys, where you can get the three classes for the 105 instead of the 45. So we are discounting our classes. If you would do the classes in a bundle, we'll go ahead and take you. Okay, get you taken care of. Okay. Also, let's go back over here. We have we have our Patreon page, so you can support our channel. This is we do give the art lessons. We do share the art lessons in the videos that we don't do at a cost. The ones when we do videos and stuff, and so it takes time, effort, energy to put those things out. We started this kind of as a ministry to help those that are struggling with, they don't have money for art school, or they're just struggling with other things. So we'll be sharing a word of the day today at the end of our stream if you guys want to stick around for that. But don't forget, check out our Patreon page if you want to support our channel. Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate that. And then again, tips are appreciated. If you guys feel like you had some benefit from the stream today, you want to tip, you can tip through Cash App, $Rowserworld. Thank you a lot, guys. Okay. All right. So let me see here. So where we at? We're legging it today. We got some. We're doing legs. Let's go ahead and you know what? Let's pull up some pictures over here. See what we can find. Now every artist has a different way of doing it, right? If you look at this artist, right? Okay, you can see he has a. I like the simplicity of the way he did it at first, and then he went into adding cylinders, and then he went into. Now this is a little bit more specialized as far as. Let me give you an example. It's more specialized in that it is for drawing. This is more like a comic book style of a drawing. You would drawing in a caricature. I mean, this is a little bit too many, especially the finished product is a little bit too many details, I think. Wow, that's awesome. One, two, one, two, one. Oh wow! So it's like almost like a lockback. I never saw that before. That's interesting. So we had this, and then he went like this, and that, and then like this. I'm just trying to see something here. Oh wow! And then it just kind of locks forward, which that's interesting. Okay. So this is that front bone. Oh, it's not down far enough. And then here. And then here. That's interesting. I'm trying to nail down this how he did this. Hold on. So he went this way. And then he went this way. Is he in front of the circle? And then he went that way. Almost like a. And then he went this way. Boom. This way. Crossed it. came around and then he put this here. All right, let me see. How about a side view? Oh, a side view of him falling from a building. Okay, well, then you would do the same thing. You want to find out where your middle of your body is, right? You want to find out where this is. This is the circle. And then obviously you have your head, right, like that. And then it's coming from here out and then up and then here and out and then up. And then you have your feet like this. And then it's like this and like that. Right? I don't know. Maybe I should have put his arms outwards like this, maybe. Maybe I should have wrapped them out like this. Yeah, that's how I should have did it. This is the head. So I should, instead of putting the hands here, I need my hands to be out here like this. You get what I'm saying? And then this is kind of connected to it. Does that make sense? Let me do it again. So we got this, connecting, this, right? This, right? This, okay? And then we have this, and that. You know what I'm saying? So the guy is falling from a building. Okay, so you gotta have this first, and then what I do is once I have the body situated like I want to, let's just say I'm just gonna do the simple way. Let's say this is the way the legs are going again, but I want to make them thicker. Okay, so first I'm gonna come from here and come around. Okay, I can do it that way, right? Or I can do it this way if you're not. So you could just be like, okay, boom, boom, and then you just come down with it, right? But then you start making like cylinders like around it, and then and it thickens things up. Like if you want to give them armor or big boots or anything like that, that's how you start filling the character in. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let me see here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we got this. Boom. I like the way they do these on here because they make them where they look a little bit more 3D. So when you have them more 3D, then it seems like you can do so much more stuff with it, right? You know. Let me see. Okay. Oh, okay. And then we have our. Let me see here. This is what I would do. You know what I'm saying? And then put the neck on there like that. And then I got this. It's easy. It gets kind of easy for me to see these things the more and more that I play with this, the more it doesn't. I get it. I used to make this very complicated for some reason. Now it doesn't seem that way. And really, I didn't spend a great deal of time drawing bodies or it was just I drew the face so many times that the concepts that I learned from drawing the face helped me to be able to do this a little bit better. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. Okay, let me this real quick, guys. Hold on. Boom. Let me see here. Okay. All right. So I think what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna start by I'm gonna do some themes. So we're gonna do some basic little themes here. I got some faces here that we can use. So let's use I don't know. We'll use any one of them. It doesn't matter. What about this guy? Let's make him into something, right? What is he doing, right? All right. So what we want to do here again? Okay. I might put my. I'm gonna start with an inside out. I'm gonna start with an inside out situation here. Okay. And then I want something like this here. Okay. Some nice 3D in there. Hmm. Let me see something. Boom. Okay, so this would be his mustache here. Okay, and we'll just make it into a theme, okay? Yes, yes, it is, Sebi. It's just a matter of minutes just to get the basic energy of your drawing down. That this is what you must do, right? Okay, and then we'll go with our shape here. Come over here. You know what I'm saying? Come over here. Just make a quick little cartoon of it. Okay. We need to get these shapes over here. I'm just going to do something real simple here, just so we can get the idea on paper. I try to use big shapes when at all possible, but it's a good thing about. Okay, and then we'll just come over here, and we're doing this here. You know what I'm saying? And we might come back over here. Let me see. I wonder. Boom. 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 Oh, wow. Ah. 2, 3. I might have not made that as tall as I wanted to, but that's okay. Okay. And then we got 1, 2, just like that. Okay. And now we got our body shape, so this is what we do. Again, we think of what we want as our body, so it could be a canister or whatever it is, and then there needs to be somewhere to transfer the energy. Okay, then it needs to be somewhere to come off of this energy changer, right? To do things, right? Just like that, you see? And maybe he has these shoes. I don't know. Maybe right? He got something. He got something going on here, right? With his shoes. You see what I'm saying? This is the center of the body. And then let's say right here, I want to go. I don't know. What's he done? Let's say this is. Let's say this is the body, and this is his little hand. Let's get some more hands over here. All hands on deck. Right? Something like that. Right? Maybe he has a, yeah, and then we just want to kind of curve and figure out how we want to get there. So the thing is using as much curves as you can. Yeah. Huh? How to, yeah, and then here we'll just, boom, and then we'll come back. And it can be, he's, you know what I mean? I don't know, but we're just doing something, just keep it simple there, you know what I mean? What is that right there? Oh, I didn't even mean to draw that in this book. Let me see here. All right, so now I'm just gonna do a couple of faces. I'm done with bodies. I'm just gonna do a little face, and then we're gonna. After that, we're gonna do our word of the day. How long have I been here? 51 minutes. Okay, let me see where I got here. Let's find another face to draw real quick. So we're gonna do some faces real quick, guys, and after that, we're gonna just explore these faces real quick. Okay. So how would I attack this face here? All right. One thing about drawing the face I've found is that there's so many subtle differences in the face that would change the shape that you draw on the paper if you could see the subtle difference change in the face, but sometimes you can't see it with your naked eye. So it's yeah. So here I'm going to practice these eyes up. Okay. Something like that. Okay. Alright, let me see here. Now, let's try, what about this face right here? Fire. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna try another. I'm not gonna do the whole head shape. I'm just working on the middle features. Awesome. Let me see here. Let's find another one. What about another face we can squeeze in here? What about let me see. Let's just look up let's look up here. Let's see what we got on Pinterest. Man, I've been doing this stream for so many years, man. It is insane. Is just see how times have changed, man. Times have changed. I remember when I first started doing this, it seemed I remember having a lot more like it was I guess maybe because I started it during during COVID. You know what I mean? And so when I started it during COVID, it was here. Let me try this one here. It was pretty awesome. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm darken some of that in there. That looks great. I like it. Okay. And then she got like her little dimples right here. Let's get this little mouth shape in here. So my top lip is going to be something like this. And then my bottom lip is going to be something like this. She got like a little chin. You know what I'm saying? Put some little braids right there, right? Okay. Yeah, let me see here. And then you just kind of come back here. You want to be able to start your picture from anywhere on the page. That's just, a lot of times I get a lot of my students that ask me, "Do you always start it like this, or do you always start it like that?" And I'm like, you gotta, you don't never know what position you'll wind up in, so you need to know how to be able to get out of whatever position you find yourself in, and you can only do that by learning how to start. What I try to do is I do whatever I want to exaggerate first. That's going to be the thing. Usually, I try to put on the paper first. You know what I mean? And then I try to use simple shapes for everything. Again, don't forget to take a class with me. I have several different little shapes that I'm going to show you in my class that's going to help you really understand this more. And then how I do it is I find one shape to help you draw everything. You know what I mean? Let's see. Head shape and changing the angle of the subject. Anything to say about that? Yeah. Well, when you're with head shape, hey Sudsy Window, how are you? I DM you sent two pics on TikTok. I'm gonna look at you right now, Sudsy. But hold on a second. I'm answering one of my fans here on Face YouTube. I'm on YouTube as well at the same time. Okay, so your head shape. Okay, so changing the angle of the subject. It's really not that hard. What I do with that is I simply when I'm drawing a face, okay, you want to think of like for instance, one of my shapes I like is a I like to do this shape here or some form of it. Okay, this is a shape I like to use a lot. Okay, because and I can draw it the other way because it does a lot, and then it has an energy that goes through it, and I wrap around the face like that. Once I wrap around it, I always find the ear points right here where this intersection is, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes right, so wherever this point is, right? It's going around that. So I look at this like I'm drawing on a ball. You have to be able to see. Oh yeah, I got you. I got you as soon as I'm done with this. But let me. So Saji, when I got you as soon as I'm finished with this. What I'm saying is that you have to have a. You have to think of things in 3D. So when I'm drawing faces, okay, what I'm doing is I think of the face is really a ball to me, and then there's lines flowing around this ball that give me direction as to where I'm going. And this spot right here to me, this spot here to me is always the middle of right in between your eyes. So if I do like this, for instance, and I do like this, watch how I can make this character right here, right, be like this, and I can make this character be like this eye be like that. So you see how I made look at the what's the word I'm looking for? The expression of the character. It's not just drawn like a portrait. So I put and then in each one of these little boxes, something goes there. If I want to draw a mouth here, right? Which way is my line going? I'm going to go this way. And then I'm going to go this way. Watch this. Let me see. You see? I could. You see? So I'm just making up a character based off of the way that these lines are oriented. And I know it's hard to see that. You know what I mean? Maybe because if you don't know, if you haven't been drawing a while, if you haven't practiced this, it's kind of hard to see. But you have to just think of it like, there's four boxes and that's all. That's it. It's four boxes. So you have this box where whatever this is doing, then you got this box, then that box, right? I can make whatever I want to do. I could do this here. Boom, boom, boom. My nose there, right? Then come back. Right, okay. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Now, what I do, again, take a class with me, guys. I got so much stuff I want to show you, but you got to take a class with me. Okay. I can't. It's no way I can teach you all this online, but I can give you tips and tricks. So at least if you want to go further in with this, go to Patreon, sign up for Patreon. If you want to sign up for there, then I have some in-depth videos and stuff that'll help you out, okay? And so check out the Patreon page here. That's the address, this website. You can go there and sign up for I have a caricature mini course tier that I just started. It's not but like maybe $10 a month, and then there are video courses on there that teach you about this. But you're gonna also have access to the ones that I put up from here on out. So as long as you're a member of that tier, you'll be able to watch videos about this. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there for you. Okay. Don't forget also, guys, tips are appreciated if you benefited from the stream today, and if you want to take a class, this is where you can sign up for. Browserworld.com/classes. Actually, guys, we are doing a bundle right now. So if you guys want to sign up for a class, we do have our limited time summer sale at browserworld.com/classes. Get your class today, or it won't be okay. Browser World. That was my commercial. All right. See you later. I was messing with you. No, I'm not ending. All right. So I'm just putting this here. Okay. So let me. I want. go do some more faces with you. Did that answer your question for you, Sebi, about the head shape and changing the angle of the subject? Changing the angle of the subject. Think of round lines, lines that are going around, and let you know what I mean. Like think about it like if I was on a playground, right? If I had some monkey bars right on a playground, they would look kind of like they were on the ground like this, and then like this, and then like this, right? And then they would circle around and do something like this. You know what I'm saying? And see the monkey bars. So you want to practice drawing things in dimension. This way, you can see stuff like this. So when I'm doing this, I'm thinking, well, if this is the middle of that spot, let's look at what my eyes do. So here, watch this. I could do. Let me see. Let's see. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? This might be the underside of the nose. Let me see. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you have your so you got uh, 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 yeah, yeah, see, something in there. Maybe he has on some goggles or something, right? Some teeth in here, right? Lips, right? Okay, maybe some hair right here, right? You know what I'm saying? So you just go through and make up different characters. All right, now let me go to somebody asked me it was Sudsy window, the window of Suds. Okay, let me go over here and see what you have requested. Okay, don't forget, guys, to share the stream. Don't forget to share the live. Okay. Also, let me ask, guys, do you think there's a better time that I can do my live stream? Like, for instance, I've been reconsidering not on Saturday, but on the weekday. If you could pick a day during the week and a time, can you guys give me a day and a time that you feel would be awesome to do a stream? Am I like I feel sometimes this is a little early for people. Maybe they want to do it when they get off. You know what I mean? From school, or maybe they want to get off from work, and maybe they're just sitting. I don't know, but then it seemed like I don't know. So I think two heads are better than one. Four eyes are better than two, right? Yeah. So, what do you guys think about that? Let me find. What am I looking? I'm looking for. I'm just trying to close some of these windows here. All right, so let's go with. What are we looking for? What did you ask for? Oh, you said you DM me. Okay, hold up. So let's go to TikTok. Let's go to the DM real quick. Okay, here. All right, man, golly. Hold up, I'm trying to find my. Hold on. Nope. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, here we go. So you said you sent Sudsy window. Okay. Okay, okay. I see that. I think that that's a good drawing, actually. I don't see anything wrong. This drawing right here, this is my Sudsy window. So this is the face here, and then this is the drawing. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you there's some if you want now let me ask you, is it because oh how would I do it? Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Let me see here. Hold on, subject window. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Hold on a second. Um, hold on. Hold on one sec. Hold on. I need to find. Oh man, I forgot. I can't. This message isn't supported. Download TikTok app to view this message. Oh, okay. So I gotta use them. I gotta use that. Okay, crap. Okay. Let me see. How can I do this? Cause you can't see the picture. Let me see. All right. This is what I'm gonna have to do. Cause I don't have it. I'm gonna have to do it like this, and then I'll just bring it back. Hold on. So I'm gonna have to use my reference from here. For you guys, what I'll do is I'll make this a little bit smaller so y'all can see like what I'm doing. Can you still see that? Um, can you still see that pretty good? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Let me see. Okay, is that cool? Okay, cool. All right. So I don't want to put nothing else in this book that I don't need. All right, so I'll give you a kind of a simple breakdown of it. All right, so well, the first thing I would do here is I want to exaggerate this face, okay? So exaggerating this face means I want to make things up top smaller than things at the bottom. So I want to almost kind of, let me show you what I mean. Watch this shape, watch this shape, right? And then watch, hold on. You know, that's super funny. Hold up. Right? Something like that. Then what I would do is this. Okay? Now, the reason that I would do that is because here you'll see that he has a lot of jaw like bending out here. So what I'm doing is I'm imagining this shape in my head, like a Superman almost. I think of Superman all the time. I have that shape is in my head, so you'll see it all around my whole drawing. Like, look at, I told you, you gotta find shapes that click for you. So if you look at these shapes, watch, and then this shape, look, wait, look here, look here. This hair shape, look, is the bottom of this shape. See? This head shape, right, is this shape here. like this. So if you look, these are the points here and here. So I just went down and I moved the line outward, right? So that when, oh, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, as it gets bigger, like this is the point, this is the top of the head. And then these points, I moved them down to here. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say that. Let me show you what I mean. So disregard those points here. Disregard those. What I did was, this is the top point, right? And these are the side points. So I drew this here. Then I came here. And then here. So, you see? And then your neck goes here. Does that make sense? I don't know if that made sense, right? Okay. All right. Let me see here. Sebby, this time or early 1 hour from now, Monday is my favorite day. Mondays. Okay, we might just do it. Okay, Monday. Okay, Monday. All right, now we're going to go over here and we'll put our ear shapes. Is this thing up bright enough? The brightness is not up enough. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here to the ear shape. Let me just move over some. And we'll just think of the same shape here. So we'll do something like this. You see? So he hardly has any earlobes. I'm going to put a little bit of them on there, okay? And then what I do is I find an expression. He has very close together eyes, so I'm not drawing a portrait, I'm drawing a cartoon. So I'm gonna move everything even closer. His eyes to me are very close together. Okay, so once I do that, then I can do this here. Watch. I can do this here. Okay. Okay, then we got our nose shape. And then we got this drop right here. And then we got this. Right. Something like that. And then we're going to do something like this here. And then we'll do something like this here. Okay. Okay. So this could be this would be the way that I would approach the picture to make it look like a cartoon of him. Now, how close you go with the eyes are really up to you. I kind of pushed the envelope on that one, right? But actually, I'm going to tell you one thing I did mess up on was this. I'm going to show you. I feel like, let's go back. I like to go back and look at my picture afterwards, and you'll make mistakes every now and then, but this is a very small one. But I'm just going to go back and retrace the steps. Okay, so this is the hair outside of the drawing. This is this shape here. Boom. Okay, then we got this shape here. This is the This is the bottom of the hair shape, right? And then we got this, and then we got this, and then we got this, and then this, and then this. Okay? So this is what we'll do here. Watch. Boom. Boom. I just make them not as close, right? Now watch. And I can just squeeze those eyes in a little bit more. Right? Right? And this is where I messed up at. I made the lines go outwards instead of in, and so it added 30 years to his face. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah. Yay, he's on the. And I am telling you, I'm not going. Look at that little beach towel over there, right? There it is. Okay. All right. Then that one's different. That one's better. Now you see, I'm man enough to admit my mistakes. Cause this person right over here, that looks like him though. This don't make no mistake. It looks like him just in a different way. Only thing is, you see these lines right here. That put 30 years. All these lines right here put 30 years on the character. I was supposed to go with the line, one line going outward, like this. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't do that, so I messed up. Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, let me see. So, who we got? So somebody asked for Walter. Who? Walter Scobell. Now let me see. Thank you so much, Sudsy. I appreciate you coming out. Who is this? Walker. I think three-quarter pictures are just so superior when it comes to caricatures. Like that three-quarter picture to me is always is the best. It's the best. All right, so this is the guy over here. So let me do this one right here. All right, now what kind of shape do I see for this head here? What I know, I generally do is look for where the head is where the head is where the energy if the energy is going to the top of the head, then I think of a shape that I think of. Let me see. It's wide, and then so I would have to do like this. This is what I would do. I would make this into this shape here. All right, and then I almost would just kind of come around and just make some curly hair, just real. Yeah, that's what I would do. And then from there, let me see. What would I do here? We got something tapering in. So, but the widest point of the face is not there. It's actually at the top. So I'm gonna go widest point here. The widest point of his head is up here. So I have to be mindful of that. And then I just put these little on the side here. Maybe we might need some more hair up here, but that's not gonna kill my likeness. This is gonna be my ear shape, kinda coming from underneath there. Again, I may need some more of this up here, but that's really nothing. You could just add some more if you want. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. And then you can just put your neck shape here. Okay. Let me see. I could do something like this here. Yeah. Okay. I don't like to copy. I like to create. Okay. So this might be his eyebrows here. So I'm gonna do this here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do something like this. Alright. Maybe. Something like that. You can see where's my energy going. I'm thinking for the nose shape. I'm liking this one right here, so I'm gonna do something like this. The bottom, okay. And then I'm just gonna kind of taper back into this top part here. And then let's add this part. And then I just add my mouth shape here. So what am I seeing? I'm seeing something like this. Top around. Add those teeth in. You know? And then we'll just add this little line here. And some little lighting in the eyes. That'll work out real good. Okay. Alright, now let me see here. We're gonna shadow this one in just a bit. Again, guys, I want to thank y'all for coming out today. I'm going to be wrapping up these drawings. Thank you so much for watching. Alright. So this face is just about complete, right? Some really basic shapes. We were able to maintain a lot here, right? Yeah. Hey, with some cool hair right there, right? Okay, so that is our segment, our drawing segment for the day, guys. Okay, I hope that you learned something from this teaching moment, these teaching moments. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna start shutting down some of these windows. We're gonna be doing our word of the day. So if you guys will give me a minute here, I'm going to stop this here and even close that window because we don't need that anymore. And then from there we're going to go here and go to here. And then I'm going to go here and here and here and here. There we go. All right, so guys, we have made it. We made it to the end of our live stream. We're done. Oh, it's from your favorite show. It's very good. It's very good. It's very good. Okay. We're going to let me go ahead and get our we're going to do our word of the day today. Okay. And at the end of every stream, we like to do a word of the day to leave this place encouraged to live this day. This day is not promised to you. I know you're here, but the next 30 minutes is not guaranteed, right? The next hour is not guaranteed. Nothing teaches you that more than age, getting older. I remember I was a young, vibrant little kid. I used to love to dance all the time. I was always dancing. And in fact, I was in a dance group, and we used to like to sing and perform. And I used to be a gymnast. I used to love to flip. Me and my friends used to flip all day long. We used to go outside and just do backflips, somersaults all over the place. And now I'm in my 50s. I'm 53. Um, I look back at those times, and I want to be honest with you. I regret some things. You know what? One of my biggest regrets is one of my biggest regrets is as a child, no one ever taught me good discernment. Good discernment. Nobody ever taught me that being able to make a responsible decision is a superpower. It's a superpower that can save your life. It's a superpower that can get you anywhere you want to go in this life just by the power of decisions. It's not a wonder that God gave us in the beginning one ability, one superpower that He did not give anything else on earth. He didn't give it to the animals or the birds or plants or insects or sea creatures. He gave it to human beings the ability to make decisions, to choose a path. But I didn't have that. I didn't develop that until later. And not having that discernment got me in a lot of different types of trouble. I chose bad friends. I chose to be around people that were going in a different direction than I was altogether. I chose people that didn't mean me any good. I kept just making decisions based off of my eyes. I can't tell you how many relationships I've been in romantically where I made a decision based off of what they look like. And I got it wrong. Yeah, they was pretty, but they were an empty shell. Yeah, my friends seemed cool. They were doing street stuff, and I was just at best, a square kid fascinated with street stuff. A square kid looking for acceptance from the wrong place. I wanted to be accepted by, oddly enough, something that I knew nothing about or anything like that. I just, inside, I felt I wanted to be a part of something, and maybe I just felt like when I was a kid, I just was, my family wasn't real tight like that. We didn't have a tight family like that. We wasn't tight. Things got weird and things fell apart, and it takes a village to raise children. And I didn't have that village around me. I had satellites. My mom was here, her sister's over there, her sister's over there, mom was over here, her brother was over here. You know what I'm saying? So nobody really bonded and came together. And so I feel like generationally, I feel that not only me, but I feel like even my cousins, because our parents couldn't get it together, I think that we grew up missing something. We got some stuff. We got some, you can get a job and all that, but we're talking about some stuff that we just missed. And so now at 53, I have three children. I have uh, a 30-year-old daughter. I have a 5-year-old son, which I'll be taking to kindergarten for the first time next year. He'll be going to kindergarten. And then I have a 2-year-old son. And while there is breath in my body, I will be their father. I will teach them to be how to pick friends, how to pick those that you are going to take that life journey with you, because they will. I don't care. Listen, youngsters, who you hang out with is going to determine the course of your life. You might not believe me now. You might just be hanging out with that person because you want to be accepted or be in the in crowd. Quiet as kept. You probably don't even like this person, but you just hang around them because everybody thinks they're cool and you want to be cool. Or there's some type of lack of acceptance. It looks good right now, but it ain't good. And later on, it's not going to turn out well. I want to share something with you about this discernment. So I'm going to help you today. We're going to help you. I'm going to help you by teaching you today about discernment. Okay? And what is discernment? Discernment is the ability to recognize small, often unseen differences that change everything. Let me give you an example. As an art teacher, when I'm drawing faces, I want to show you something. And I told you this the other day, but I don't know if you caught it. But I'm going to pick a face for you. Okay? And I want you to watch this. Okay? When I say discernment, this is what I mean. Drawing from what it looks like and then drawing from discernment. What it looks like. Okay? This is option one. This is what it looks like. Discernment, giving it life, bringing life, is, now watch, okay? Once I draw this line, the eye itself, the actual eye, all of it, this eye is literally the same shape as the bottoms, this the top of this eyebrow and this line underneath this eye are the same thing. You can't see it though, can you? It's not perceivable, but it makes a huge impact. Cause watch. Watch how I'm just copying the same line. Which one of these eyes have more life? The one you drew here or the one you used discernment with? Discernment is knowing that no matter what you see with this eye, that this shape is where I want to start with that eye, even though it doesn't say it in the picture. Because what happens is that the movement is so subtle, right, that you can't see it that much. It's like a if I did like this, watch. See how much I moved? You imperceivable movement makes huge impact in the face, though. You get what I mean? So in drawing, this is the ability to recognize small, often unseen differences that change everything. So let me tell you, I'm going to teach you three things about discernment, and I want you to write these things down because they're going to help you be better at choosing in the situation that you're in. Okay? The first thing you want to know about discernment, listen, the reason that you want to have it is because small differences can lead to big outcomes. Okay, listen. What difference does it make if I just go with my friend for a little bit? This friend that you chose for a little bit that you get what I'm saying? And you say it's just a little bit, so you feel like it's not really significant. But how many of you have seen somebody leave with their friend for a little bit and never come back? Or leave with their friend for a little bit and wind up in jail? Or leave because that little bit of out of placeness, that small that 30 minutes of being out of place can get you in trouble for the rest of your life. I share my testimony because I've been to a jail cell and I had never been in trouble ever in my life before this. One bad decision, big outcome, lost my freedom, a lot of years. One small decision to drink in the beginning, it's just a small one. Hey, friend just comes up and says, here's a drink, man, or an uncle or an aunt or whoever. And next thing you know, you're a full-fledged alcoholic. Small drink. Drink ain't nothing but this big, but now here you find yourself stuck. So in drawing, a tiny curve changes the whole likeness. Okay? Small decisions quietly they shape these major outcomes. I, I look back at a scripture in the book of Solomon, one of the wisest men to ever live. And in Solomon 2:5, it says, catch, catch for us the foxes. Catch for us the foxes, the little foxes. The little foxes that ruin the vineyards. So imagine in your mind, somebody just let a bunch of little foxes out, little ones, and they just all over the place running around because they're little foxes, right? And it's hard to catch up with them. But what is it saying to us? It's not the obvious mistakes that throw things off. It's the subtle ones. It's the small mistakes. Not obvious mistakes don't throw your drawing off. It's small decisions that you make within the drawing. It's the subtle ones. Just like the slight curve in the eye that I just showed you, those little foxes are easy to miss. They're easy to miss because they're in the vineyard, they're running around, you're trying to catch them, they're getting away from you, you can't catch up with them, and it's hard for you to just get a grasp of what's going on. But they are easy to miss, but powerful enough to distort the whole picture. So you can't catch them, but they're tearing up your whole vineyard. They're so little, they seem so insignificant, but they're tearing up everything in the house. Discernment trains you to notice what other people simply just overlook. The second thing about discernment that we're going to talk about is don't trust appearances. Look deeper. Don't trust appearances. Look deeper. Say it with me. Don't just trust appearances, youngsters. Look deeper. Don't just date her guys because she look good. Look deeper. Girls, don't just date them because they look good. Look deeper. Don't just go with a decision that you heard online. You on the internet, TikTok, and all of a sudden you scroll and you hear something and you say, you know what, I'm going to start doing this for the rest of my life right here. Look deeper. A small decision is usually going to be the one that jack your life up. It ain't going to be nothing that you did that was real big. Just something small that you neglected that came back and you was like, man. It says sometimes what you think you see isn't actually what's there. And again, how I did that by explaining that to you uh, with the with the eye shapes. A lot of the times you're going to add things into the drawing or have to put things that you cannot readily see from the reference picture. So just like drawing a shape, you assume correct instead of what's truly happening. So instead of draw this, you're trying to draw this. And this is why this is that portrait cartoon barrier. A lot of artists ask me, how do I get my picture to stop looking so much like a portrait? Well, it's because of this. You have to start drawing from discernment and not just taking the world all in through your eyes all the time, so to speak. Drawing from what you know, not what you see. In the book of John, it says, do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment. Do not judge according to appearance. Well, it doesn't matter what your friend look like. It don't matter what the situation look like. It doesn't matter. Look at it deeply. There's a small thing in there that's different from the like. Look, you ever had let's say you've been in a relationship or whatever, and maybe you're having problems in your relationship, and maybe you shared this with somebody, and maybe this person told you you need to leave that person and get a divorce, right? And they're telling you this because of the one small thing that happened in their relationship that didn't happen in yours. You're having a problem, but there's differences between your two situations, but they're giving you the outcome of their situation to apply to your situation without being able to see the small thing that's going to jack up the decision that you're about to make to leave your person. Okay? Let me give you an example. I have uh, two, I have brothers. Say I got my brother from my mother, and then I got my brother from another mother. Okay? That means the one that's not genetically connected to me, but is spiritually connected. My brother from the other mother has brothers as well. And I have my brother. Well, we went through a situation where we started talking about our brothers. And then we saw that there was a very similarity in how they wouldn't talk to us, how they wouldn't respond to us as their brother. We were trying to get in with them, but something just wasn't clicking. But why couldn't I get in? And I would listen to him tell me about how he was just going to forget about it with his brothers. He's tired of like being pushed around and kicked around and walked over. He's just tired of it. He stopped talking to them. So because he was my friend and he was actually closer to me at this time, especially because we were more intimate with our words and stories and stuff. So we were very close. So I wanted inside to take advice from my friend. But even though he wasn't talking about it, I'm in my heart applying what he did to his brothers to my brother without understanding the one small thing. My brother is different from his brother. My relationship with my brothers were different. I grew up differently. Everything was freaking different. The only same thing about this was the fact that he was my brother and he had brothers. We had some things going on, but they were happening because of a different reason. Now, what if I were to stop messing with my brother, trying to be like him with his brothers? You understand what I'm saying to you? So in art and in life, surface level perception will mislead you. When you look at something and you just go for it right off the top, you did it too fast. You didn't look in deep enough. That's when you're young. I'm trying to give you some game now that's going to help you for the rest of your life. If you're young and you here and you listening to this, I know you came to draw, but listen to what I'm trying to tell you. That surface level, when you just look at something and you just believe the first thing you hear about stuff, you need to do some research on things before you just commit to a path. In the scripture, it says, let the Lord direct your steps. Let God's word direct your steps, because what God's word takes into consideration is what you don't see. That's why this is the word of truth. It always takes into consideration the small things you can't see. And the reason that some people reject the Bible is because of what they can't see. Even the person of God, even the Spirit of God, they want God to come down in a physical body and show them so that they can believe that God is real. Like, as in, you know what I'm saying? Not that he hasn't shown them through everything else. It's just that because it's not shown to them the way they want it proved, they will not, you know what I'm saying? But what about the things that we know that our eyes can miss? Is it that important? Is the word of truth important, or the source of the word of truth? I think both of them have their place, but the word of truth, where it came from, you want to know, right? We want God to look a certain way to us so that we can relate to him, so that we can listen to him. You understand? This is what we're talking about. Discernment is doing this way, is relying on your eyesight to see something all the time, the best way to do it. No. Discernment. Looking beyond what is visible to the naked eye. And looking, we used to call it back in the day, looking through muddy water and spotting a catfish. Somebody lying through their teeth to you. You got to be able to look at them, watch the body movements. That's what I tell you. I'm so glad. Look, I'm going to tell you something. You might not never hear nobody say this, but I'm so glad that I went to jail. And I went to jail for the time that I did. I needed to go there because I knew nothing about people. I knew nothing about none of that. I learned. They said that prisoners are actually like number three or number two or number three at reading people. You know why? Because we go to a place where we have to read people all day long. Dangerous people. We have to know who's friend, who's foe, who to talk to, who not to talk to. All of these things in the street, you get to run away from your problems sometimes out here. And there you got to face your problem head on. So growth comes when you slow down and learn to see beyond the obvious, and that's where maturity and accuracy lives. This is how you become more efficient as a young man, a young woman, or an older man, an older woman. Okay? And now finally the third thing is, and this is a good one, walk by faith in the process. Walk by faith in the process. There are moments you can't fully see it, but you know that the system works, right? There are moments you can't see it, but you know that the system works. There are moments here when I'm drawing in a picture. It happens to me every time I'm drawing. I was like, are you kidding me? Right? How can that, like, I'll be looking at this. And then what it did, it freed me up to do so many things. Right? And when I looked at the faces and I said, now how free it is for me to be able to do anything I want now because I understand what the rule is. If you look at her eyes again, look at the eyes again. I don't think now, I just do. Before, I wanted to, that is not this. You can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? You got to believe in a system that you can't fully see, but that you know works. The Bible is just like this. It's a bunch of stuff, right? It's a bunch of stuff that you can't understand, right? A bunch of things that you can't understand. Why would God say, right, that the family, right, that he looks at the family like he looks at the church, right? Because what he's doing is he's trying to put the word of truth in you, discernment, that your family is serious business because the church is serious business, right? And you have to always see it that way, no matter what the inside is telling you, no matter whether the voice says, you know what, your family's not really that important, leave them. Leave them. Don't take care of your kids, leave them. Do what you want to do, leave them, right? Cheat on your wife, cheat on your husband, leave them. This is the nature or the sin nature of man, right? This is the eyesight working to go get something else because we never get tired of seeing things and buying things. All through our life, this is all we're chasing. And this becomes a priority in our life when we start stepping on and hurting people just to do those things. Bad discernment. So you have to walk in faith in this situation. In the scripture, it says, for we walk by faith, not by sight. When those little micro adjustments don't feel visible yet, that doesn't mean nothing is happening. So if you're in school and you're learning, or if you're here and you're on the drawing board and you're in your room and you're practicing, you're drawing on the side over there, you're drawing, you're practicing. Remember, every time you put your pencil on that paper, you're getting better, even though you can't see it. You can't see the incremental changes. It just jumps on you one day, like it happened to me. One day, I was, I struggled to draw, and then one day I felt freedom. But it was this journey along the way that's was fun. I had to make the journey, and I had to make good decisions. And art taught me. It taught me to learn to walk by faith and not by sight. Faith means I draw what I know, not what I saw. Whether it's a drawing of your life, I'm just going to encourage you to trust the process. The structure you're following, will reveal itself over time. Over time, people will say, "Why are you so blessed?" And you say, "You know what? Because we did the little things." You know, in a football game, they got Patrick Mahomes, or they got LeBron James, or they got all these different guys, and they ask them, they say, "Well, LeBron, you just won that game. This now, whatever. What do you think? What did you guys do this differently this game?" And he said, "What is the first thing?" He says, "Well, my team, we did the little things, and those things, got us through. It got us to win today. We did the little things, right? It wasn't the big things that won the game. Little things don't turn the ball over. That's so small, right? But it's a big thing in the game. You understand? So in closing, guys, when you're drawing, you're not just copying what you see. You're learning to discern what is really there. What is the real shape behind the madness? In discerning, I learned that the Superman sign, right? This sign doesn't just mean Superman, it means super artist. Because with this shape, starting from this, I can draw anything. I don't know what it is about this shape, but God revealed it to me. And when I draw anything, I see this shape on the paper. If it's a nose, if it's a mouth, if it's a car, if it's a tree, if it's a cupcake, if it's a building, if it's a pencil sharpener, I don't care what it is. I can see the basis of that thing within this shape and get there from this shape. But it was discernment. Another artist might not see what I see, because that's what you also have to leave room for God and the Holy Spirit to show you things that the naked eye cannot see. So again, whether you're learning to draw, whether you're copying what you see, you're learning to discern what's really there. And the same is true in life. The people who grow are the ones who respect the small shifts in life. They trust the process. They trust the process of learning and develop the eye to see what others miss. Simple as that. Okay? So that's our word of the day, guys. Discernment. Better discernment. Okay? So I want to thank you for coming out today to the stream. Thank you, guys. I'm just going to pause my music. I am done. And we're going to go ahead, guys, and get you guys out of here. But before I leave, I'd like to give you some information again. First off, if you enjoyed the stream, tips are appreciated. I appreciate you guys are supporting the art lessons. Thank you so much. Also, if you want to support our ministry, Rouser World, we do have a Patreon page. You can go over, check that out. We have some behind the scenes content that pretty much goes over a lot of drawing stuff, some things that I learned to be discerned over, right? That's going to be on our Patreon page. So go there, sign up for a tier. I know that there's a free tier, but the free tier is kind of an introductory thing, and it doesn't really give you access to the videos. So the $5 tier is like the least tier that we have. We also have a new tier called the uh, um, it's called uh, uh, I'll think of the name of it in a minute. Caricature Basics. It's a and it goes over a caricature mini courses, and it's basically a bunch of different mini courses that are just. It doesn't really get into a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, but it's very course oriented. So it's a very good tier for you to join if that's something that you want to just see a lot of videos and you want to see a lot of practice stuff. You want to go to that one. So check out our Patreon page, and and look at that. And then finally, guys, we have the last thing, which is our classes online. If you guys want to take a class with the Rouser, I do have classes on Zoom, so you can sign up on Zoom, take a class with me today, and I would love to meet you. Okay. Other than that, guys, you guys be blessed. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys on the Saturday morning stream at 10:30 a.m. Thank you again for watching. I am out.